There are a total of 12 updates since the last episode. But first I want to talk about Jagex's update notes during these times. They really just released content with their updates and didn't list what it was. For instance, look at the update for the Dwarf Cannon quest. Nothing about the cannon itself, what it does, or how to get it. I suppose they do that to let the players figure it out for themselves, which was one of the beautiful things of playing RuneScape as a kid. These days, when you know all the ins and outs of a game, it's not magical like it was back then. Still very frustrating for me trying to make sure I don't miss any content, but I digress. Throwing weapons were added with the Tourist Trap quest. Jagex started releasing holiday items that were not tradable with the Easter update, as they didn't like that players were getting rich off hoarding discontinued rares. Dwarf multi-cannons are released, higher tier pickaxes are released, and the fishing trawler is released. I'd like to buy a cannon this episode, but I'll need to find a way to make the most money I've ever had by a big margin because they cost 750k. I also want the best pickaxe in the game at this time, a rune pickaxe. I'd love to play around a fishing trawler, but Ironman can't play it on RuneScape 3. For the next episode, I need the following: 50 agility, 45 herb lore, 52 mining, 42 prayer, 50 smithing, 50 thieving. I'm going to start with mining and smithing, as well as picking up my rune pickaxe. So this is going to be an interesting topic. Every time I mine, I have to think about how I'm dealing with the mining and smithing rework. I think the most important thing is whatever I decide on, I'm consistent with. No say I'm going to treat it one way, then make an exception later down the line. As far as content goes, it really doesn't matter what I choose, as long as it's not overpowered. Here's what I decided on, and if I make a mistake, I can correct it later, but this is it for now. I am not able to use any item I smith that I wouldn't have been able to smith at that point in time. For instance, I can't use a rune plate body that I smith until I get 99 smithing, or the mining and smithing rework comes out, whichever is first. That being said, I can still sell it to a store or high elk it. The reason behind this is Jagex significantly lowered the value of smithing items since they squished the levels required for them. A rune plate body used to high elk for 39k, now it's just over 4k. Because of this, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that I can't use them for combat, but I can use them for money making. As for training the skills themselves, I think I'm going to be following the leveling as it is intended to be done after the rework. This means I will be using the rocks and pickaxes that were released with the rework, such as orichalcum and nechrite. I will also obviously be mining those ores once I get there, however, I will not be able to use any of the metal items above rune, besides pickaxes, for any reason other than alchemy or selling them, until the rework comes out. I won't be able to use ore boxes or the ore storage system. This also means I won't be able to benefit from the extra bars from smelting. Lastly, since the process of smithing has been fundamentally changed, I'll be doing the upgrade version of smithing. This means that for this grind, I will be making adamant plate bodies +2. I won't be able to use any upgraded item, even if I have the smithing level for the base item, until the rework. This includes pickaxes as well. Also, I won't be able to make burial armor, as the burial anvils are located in the Artisan's Workshop, which releases in 2011. When I unlock the workshop, I'll unlock burial armor. Alright, enough rules. Let's mine. 52 mining only took a few minutes. I'll need 325 adamant bars to get to level 50 smithing. This is a spot I spent a lot of time in as a kid, when these were still coal rocks. I'd get annoyed when people would mine the rocks I was already mining. I didn't know there were bots back then. Finished the limonite. I found that there are exactly 2 surviving adamant rocks still in the game from back in the days of Classic. I unlocked them both as quest rewards, one from the Tourist Trap and the other from the Grand Tree. I've never in my life mined here before. Finished the mining grind, ended up with 57. Smelting time. Smelting done, now to make the plate bodies. Leia is now fully grown! There's 50 smithing, on to agility. At the Barbarian Outpost. Finally done. 50 agility. On to thieving. I'm going to try something I've never done before. Thieving from the rogues in the deep wilderness. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Oh wow, it's actually an auto pickpocket system now. I had no idea. Finished my first trip, it's not bad at all. It's slower than guards, but more AFK. I've stolen 40 cakes. Back to the grind. Alright, just shy of 48 thieving, and I'm now able to non-AFK train. I'm gonna finish up at guards. There's 50 thieving, and now herb lore. I have a good amount of herbs, I just hope it's going to be enough. I'm going to need so many secondaries, though. Back to filling vials. I bet this was a decent moneymaker back in 2003. Cleaning all the herbs got me to 32. Attack potions got me to 36. There's all the unfinished potions done. The easiest for me to use right now are the Harrowlanders and the Renars, because their secondaries spawn on the ground. Edgeville for the Spider Eggs, South of Falador for the Snape Grass. 39 Herblore from the Restorers, 42 Herblore from the Prayer Potions. Got plenty of Unicorn Horns to use. 44 Herblore, one more level to go. I have a secret method for the last level. So I have 99 Irrit Potions, but I can't use them until level 45. With the release of Yanil came Greenman's Ale, which boosts my Herblore level by 1. Level 45 Herblore done. All that's left is Prayer. Won't be too hard, just have to kill 112 blue dragons. 41 Prayer. And here's the last Dragon Bone for 42 Prayer. And 42 Prayer. Thanks so much for watching. We're prepared for the next episode. As for the cannon, I thought of a few different moneymakers. The only real consistent one would be unstrung maple longbows, but I need about 8,000 of them to get the money I need for a cannon, so we'll just make that a goal for a later time. Thanks again, and I'll see you for the finale of RuneScape Classic.